All right, this is a banded glute bridge. This is a great exercise to do for activation before a glute workout, especially if you have trouble targeting and engaging into your glutes, which is a common thing. So you want to lie back on your mat, get a pair of resistance bands with a good amount of tension and just place them right above your knee. So you're going to separate your feet about hip to shoulder distance here. Now, a good trick to keep this out of your upper back and your traps and your neck mainly. You want to press your elbows into the floor, so you're using more of the muscles here in your mid to upper back versus up in the traps and the neck. So just pressing the elbows down in. You're going to press through the midfoot and your heel to engage your glutes as you lift up. Now the main thing before you start is to squeeze your abs to keep your low back flat to the floor and add a slight little posterior pelvic tilt. So what that means is you're not gonna have that arch in your back, you're gonna have that opposite. You're gonna be tucking the tailbone under and almost even hovering it and lifting it off of the floor here. So that little posterior pelvic tilt. You're gonna maintain that tilt as you rise and lower so that your back stays flat. So we don't arch as we lower in between these reps. The bands are going to provide that extra tension. So it's a little press out with your knees into the bands, still keeping your whole foot on the floor, not rolling to the outer blades when you come up. So taking that breath in here and squeezing the abs, squeezing the glutes, and then on the breath out, you start to lift up, pressing through that midfoot and the heel, maybe even shifting the knees forward just a little bit, and pressing out with those bands to engage the glutes. Inhale to lower just to release that tension. You don't need to lower too far, and then up and out again with those knees. Slow and controlled on these. So those knees drifting forward just a little bit, they're not going to go over your toes, but think about pressing them forward towards your toes at the top of the movement as you come up. It's really all about what's going to help you engage your glutes. So the bands are just there to provide that extra added tension. Your foot placement can vary. It could be a little more forward or a little further back. Just find what works for you. And you can keep your reps pretty high on this, maybe shooting for anywhere from 12 to 20. Slow and steady, 2 to 3 sets. Really good to do after your foam rolling or any static stretches that are necessary for you and beneficial before you go into your glute workout. So pressing through that midfoot and the heel, definitely getting a burn here, pressing those knees out into the band.